Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, wishing you a happy Scrap Squad Sunday. And this is the original. I'm hoping I can hold it so that there's no glare on it. It's got kind of a torn, triangular-ish piece of paper here, a couple film strips, a couple clusters that have some leaves, and some circular stitching. I don't know if it's stitching or if it's stamped, and you know, with me it's going to be stamped. It's got a nice big multi-font title here and another stitch circle, and I'm going to add one kind of over here just to balance it, and because I'm not going to have that line of stitching coming down underneath the triangle. So they've got a blue patterned background and a blue and beige plaid. I'm going to have a beige patterned background and a black and white polka dot triangle. So first thing I'm going to do, this is a scrap that I tore ends off of. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut a straight edge that will go there, and then I'm gonna tear the triangle down to this point from there. So we shall see how this goes. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It doesn't if it's not the exact same shape or length or whatever, it's just think of it as just a decorative element. So I'm going to kind of do it that way. And that's going to be perfectly fine. The papers are, I don't know what that is. Maybe something like Boho Baby. That's what I'm going to guess. It has those kind of, a lot of brown in this. I'm actually going to cut one of these. Even though it has brown. Because I've got there's an even better one. I've got a lot of like muted sort of colors in the embellishments that I've pulled for this. This one doesn't have any brown. But it does have in it green, which is one of the colors I cut. A film strip out of. So I'm gonna go here. That I think is going to work with the rest of my colors. Not that that's horribly important to me that colors match. As you know, I'm kind of a all colors go with all colors kind of gal. Okay, so my big decision here is, do I want the zigzags to go up and down like that, which I think was the orientation of the paper. It came from a paper pad, and I don't know which one because it dates probably 10 years ago when I pulled the papers from the paper pad and put them in my holder. Does that look better, or does this look better with a horizontal photo, whereas the original has a vertical photo? I kind of like the zigzags going that way. Okay, so having said that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the adhesive right down the middle and maybe a little up at the top and get this mounted. Because what I want to do is kind of curl it up, but I'll be able to freely do that on this side because the photo and embellishments aren't going there. So I'll reserve judgment on that one. And then, you know, what's nice is there's a little bit of pattern kind of peeking through there, and I kind of like that. Okay, now I want this to be the film strip that goes above and below this photo. I'm going to cut it in half. And once I get the photo down, I'll install it. I want the photo to be pretty much straight on and parallel to the background. Not any particular reason, except there's so many different patterns going every which way, including the dots, which aren't lined up. I don't mean very well lined up. They're not intended to be lined up. Okay, so here I'm going to put adhesive down at the bottom, the part that I'm going to stick under the photo. And I'm going to have it going at a little bit of an angle there. And I'll do the top of this one, and I'll try to get it at the same angle. These were cut with a film strip die from Bramble Fox, and it is my most used die, even though I have bought acetate film strips from 49 and Market. I tend to like cutting film strips out of scraps. So that's kind of what I do here. And this one is going to go I want these film strips to touch, not for any particular reason other than I think it makes a more cohesive cluster anchor, if you will. Okay, now I'm going to pull from my little tray of embellishments. I have these sequins, and I thought these colors kind of went nicely with the blankets that they're covered up with. And I just happened to note that both of these blankets, which are the same kind that have fringe and they've got like drawings and words and logos on them, they're on the wrong side, which is kind of cool because there's more color on the wrong side. Okay, I've got this little snippet of a ticket, and I'm just going to start the embellishing with that kind of right under there. I've got this tag, which is this red kind of reflects that red, but I'm not, it's a fabric tag, and I like that it would bring a different texture to the page. But I don't want that much red to show, so I might use it behind. Now, right up on the photo in the original was a circle, and then there was some embellishing behind the circle. This says, "Enjoy life's simple pleasures," and that's perfect for this, this photo. The title of the page is going to be what my son's caption was when he put this photo on Instagram, not Instagram, but Facebook, maybe, 10 years ago. It was Dad Life. And since Scrap Squad Sunday falls on Father's Day, there was also, in the original, there's a word strip across here. And I don't want to say perfect day. I do want perfect. I love this scripty perfect. I've got the green, the yellow, so it seems like pink is an okay color to use. And I'm going to use some of these little tiny foam strips. Put this one away. I was going to cut off the day and use perfect, but it's too small. It doesn't it's not horizontally oriented enough. So I'm going to put these on here so it lifts it up. Gives me a little dimension. Got scraps of all kinds of things running around here. I haven't completely cleaned. I've sort of cleaned, straightened, maybe is a good word, my workspace. I moved all my work implements, my tools, over to the dining room table so I could spread out and do the first part of the Vicki Boutin Where To Now class, and I haven't finished that work, so I kind of left everything over there. I had to bring a few things, piece by piece over here. I'm going to slide this in maybe just like that so that there's just that little bit of red showing. And I have this pink frame that I thought maybe could go, oops, the problem with that is that I put that on there. I'm going to do that. And that red is kind of pushed down even further, which I like. And now, before I go any farther, I want to stamp the first of my stitched circles. And I want to stamp it kind of right under there. And I want it as close as possible, so I'm going to move my stamp to the very edge of my block and I'll hold that up when I stamp it, and I kind of want it right there. So now I'll ink it and wish me luck. If it doesn't work, I'll cover it up with something. I have some big old gigantic hearts, or remember that rainbow I cut out? And this stamp is one in a set. Ooh, that came out great. Okay. I like that. And you can see the little bits of thread on it that are nice. It came in a set that has this big, large one. And I use it all as one. although I probably could use all the in-between ones, but I think it's one big stamp. I don't think I can separate it. Haven't tried, to be honest. But I ordered it from Amazon. I don't know. I don't think there was a brand. I think it was just something Amazon imports and sells. Let me kind of do that. And I will put a word strip across there just to give it a reason for being there, if you know what I mean. Just kind of it, and if I add a sequin or two, it becomes a cluster. And clusters are more pleasing to the eye than just things that are out in left field on their own. Okay, let's see what else I've got. I have another circular element, this piece of flare, which is from the John's Sunflowers set. It doesn't have any sunflowers on it. It was just meant to coordinate with some of the other colors in the set. But I'm just going to put that there. It's a different color beige from this or from this. And so it kind of fits in. Now, before I do the third circle, let me pull up the original again. It's kind of down below the title. So I'm going to put the title on and then I'll finish embellishing it. I wanted Dad and Life to be in two completely different types of fonts. So I have this alpha, which is kind of, it looks like a distressed reddish pink. And I think I'm going to ink it a bit. Let me get these inks. That's a dark red. I'm gonna do this kind of burnt umber darkish brown. And I'm just gonna kind of go around them on the edges. I really like the color that gives them. I actually was thinking of black, and the black would have worked because I've got this black element, but I think I like this better. There's a little bit of, okay, a little bit of, I don't know what I want to say. A little nick in the thing. So I'm going to do this on top of these film strips, which will kind of hold them down. Not that I need the holding down part per se, but that's what's going to happen. And I love how this picks up on that. I wasn't sure when I picked these pink alphas if they were going to go with my Father's Day themed page. And now, before I do the word life, I'm going to do my circle kind of here. Okay, let's see how that works out. Okay, I like the placement of it. Let's get the alphas. Now these alphas, I'm hoping end up reading as more black or brown, but to be honest, they're dark purple. There's no question about that. Okay, so I'm going to go with this L. And overlap the dad, I think. Let me see if I really want to do that. I do want to do that because I really want the word to kind of go over into the circle. So I'm going to glue it on like so. And it's glued now onto the dad. And let me get the eye. I've got this. I've got the dot here. There we go. And then the F, I have to be sure. And I'm hoping I can overlap it on that piece that sticks out of the eye, or just do this. Oh, that would work. I'm going to put a little glue on it because I'm kind of asking it to stick not only to paper, but kind of bridge some overlap there. And then I have my little E. These are, these alpha stickers are Pink Fresh Days of Splendor. And they came in a Mind the Scrap kit. Okay. It's a little hard to read, but I think it's okay. And now I'm going to use some things. I've got this arrow, which I'm going to put on here, and it introduces a similarly muted but non-matching color. I'm going for what in my book kind of acts a little bit as a masculine palette, although there's nothing, you know, specifically masculine about it. I've got this strip of dates, which I kind of thought I might use, but I like the look of this, the cleanness of that link right there. I've got this heart that I thought about maybe using here or up in here, but I don't think I need it. I am going to use this wooden arrow. and have it pointing to the word life. And then I have this rainbow cut from the back of the polka dot paper. I'm going to distress it because one edge of it was caught up in that tear and it was already distressed. So do I want it here? I'm thinking that would be my favorite place for it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of foam behind it. I have some flowers, some florals, because in the original there were some leaves and I kind of liked the organic look of the leaves. And I will try them, but I don't know that they're going to make the cut. I have this one leaf that's kind of a gold pattern, and it could maybe, let's see. I could do that, layer those things up like that, and then have that extending from under there. I'm going to cut around the hibiscus and leave off those tropical leaves. There's a part of them that are bent down, and while that's kind of a legitimate organic shape, it's not what I'm going for here. I could do that there up to the side so that the leaves show. So that's what I'm going to do there. Let me get some more of this. This foam. I'm going to keep that there so we can look at it. I love this, and if for those of you who are following me lately, I'm doing you might get the impression that I have no money to buy my son anything for Father's Day, so I'm doing a bunch of pages that celebrate his fatherdom, and I'm taking him out for a brunch on Sunday. He is, and those of you who follow me know that I think he is, but there's all kinds of other evidence besides from his mom that he's a really good dad, and it's his life. Dad life is truly that's truly who he is and what he does. Everything else is in support of that. And I couldn't be prouder of the man, the son, and the dad that he is. So, and I know he watches and likes all my pages, so so I'm giving him one to, I don't think he watches my videos though, but I'm giving him a page that he'll know celebrates him. And this was, I'll give you an idea of how long ago this thing. This is Barrett, who just graduated from high school and is heading into the the Army Reserves and then to university. And that's Katie Bug, who is a top stylist in one of the best salons in the area. And she's living her dream. She's 21. And this is Ava, otherwise known as Avadocious, and she is a beautiful and feisty 14-year-old who has survived leukemia, and she turns 15, not this weekend, but next weekend. So, and her dad turns 49. So she was born on her dad's birthday. Nice birthday present. Okay, so I think I'm done. I had these two things, which would introduce another couple of kind of muted colors, but I don't think I need them. I think I kind of like the greens and yellows and pinks there. I had another flare, and I had some little, I like these little things. They came from a punching scallop, a scallop punch that I used on the Vicky Bouton cruise. And I just thought maybe I could use a couple as accents. I'm not going to put a lot of glue on them because I don't really want to glue them down, as they say. I'll maybe do one here. And I have to find out, I think that was Adam's punch that I was using. My scallop punch doesn't leave cute little things like this. And I don't know where he got his or what kind his is. So I'm going to put this maybe, well, why not just go ahead and put it up here by the circle. Just a tiny little extra touch. And speaking of tiny little extra touch, I'm gonna put really just a few sequins. Maybe one right here and one here. And I'll do the same, just kind of grouping them around the circles. And there is another color I kind of like. This sort of teal color. It's a teal green that really looks nice with that green. And so I'm going to put those in individual places too. Not as part of clusters. And this is something different for me. I don't usually use sequins this way, but why not? Okay, I think I'm done, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday, I think. I'm pretty sure I'll be back in town. I'm leaving on Tuesday, coming back on Thursday, and so I should be here in time to do when the next Scrap Squad weekly scrap lift comes out on Friday, and I should have time to get it done by Sunday. So I'll see you then. Bye.